Hi Stacey and welcome to my channel. Today I'm showing you these. Right, I think these look so professional. You wouldn't believe a person has just done these with foam stamps. So easy to do, so wonderful. So yeah. So I really enjoyed this. As I say at the end, I did not know what I was going to do, but what started it all off really, although I've done these recently, is I saw something like this without a background. It just had some flowers on. I thought, did I do that? That looks like professional. Surely I didn't do that. And I realised, yes, it's my foam stamps. I've done that. So that's what started the idea off of making yourself feel wowed by yourself and showing you how wonderful foam stamps can be. I mean, I had extras to it. I had doodles to them, and that's what you do with foam stamps. It's like instant doodles. Okay. So, if you'd like to join me today, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up. That'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, and let's go. Right then, this is the paper that's sort of some of the paper that inspired this. I'm actually going to copy this one. This is going to be one of the ones. Yes, I'll show you one of the actual paper. Now I haven't got the actual paper that inspired it. Right, that's just an example. I'm showing you there that I am now making stems for these little twig things or tree things. I'm dividing the page into 6 equal spaces. I was just thinking you could make a whole page of any of these. It would be amazing. But these are miniature ideas for perhaps collage or something like that. You can also miniaturize them as well. That was an idea I came up with. I actually lost that stamp, so I'm making another one. And then I found it again later. So the one I do stamp later with this one is the one I find. Okay, I'm just showing you how to. This is a mini one. I've not done a mini one, I don't think, on video. And this is an outline one as well, so it's quite delicate. I'm just quickly showing you there, just cutting around them. Now I'm using that to poke a hole so I can cut the outline, okay. I haven't drawn an outline, I'm just trusting my instincts. I'm just trying to do a parallel line around the edge of that. So I'm cutting out a sort of shape, and then I'm going to cut out the middle with it's like a round block. You don't even need to cut out the middle. I could have cut out a separate thing, but I decided to cut out the middle as intended. So I'm just cutting the edge now still. I'll tell you when I'll cut out the middle. It's a bit difficult. Yeah, I'm not going to pull that because it might pull it apart. It doesn't matter if it does really, because I can just, when I glue it down, obviously it'll be glued down, won't it? I'm going to leave this anyway. I'm just cutting an extra bit off there because I think that's a bit thick. It isn't actually, because these actually print a lot thinner than what they look. I'm gluing the edge of this piece of foam as well and putting a little piece of foam on there. And now I'm going to cut out the middle of this as intended. And this is a tiny little circle. Yeah, there we go. It does slip about a bit. This is why I'm going to leave it in a minute to actually dry before I do. This is the third one I do. Yeah, it'll be the third one I actually do. Just looking at the ones I've done. Okay, so the first and second one are different. And then I'm going to use this one, but I thought I'd better do it first and then show you how to make one. And advise you that if you do, I mean, I'm going to print it, but it does slip about quite a bit. I'm going to cut a bit. This is what I'm using now. I'm using this foam instead of the cardboard. It's still cheap and cardboard's fine, but it is a bit thicker. And then you don't have to have a handle or anything. You can just grab the foam. Yeah, I find it okay to grab the piece of cardboard though, even if it's a thin piece. Yeah, Flora's now got her a prize that I sent her, so that's good. And she'd probably notice that that's double cardboard. I'm using. Okay, so now I'm going to print this. Yeah, I'm going to use that quite a bit. The other side of that, that lovely piece of thing I used. But I can still use it actually. I could still actually use it. Just trying it out there. Good idea to try it out to see what the colour's like for one thing. And I'm using archival inks mainly. I'll tell you when I'm not. Oh, there's a stage when I'm not using those. Right, so I'm deciding where to put these. So I'm doing it like in an arrangement of twigs all facing the same way, or branches, whatever you like, all facing the same way. I think that's quite a good idea on something like this, rather than changing the direction of something, although I do that on the next one, as you will see. Okay, so that's, yeah, and I'm using that piece of paper there as a mask, so it doesn't go on to the next design. Yeah, I'm putting one down there as well. It's lovely. It's doing the same thing as I did on the other piece that I'd show you right at the beginning. And I mask, if I mask that bit off. No, that's, oh, I have, yes, I have masked it off. Right, and that one, that top leaf there, the current top right leaf, is not printed properly, so I do go over that in pen, but that doesn't matter at all because with foam stamps you can do that. That's a good thing. And if you've noticed, I haven't got a stem yet, so I'm going to do that now. I have been adding a stem, but I don't mind this at all. I do not mind adding the stem. It's amazing, really. And obviously, as I count these as kind of doodle additions rather than a rubber stamp. But I love it because you can. Why am I doing this so slowly? I did think I'd speeded this bit up. Oh, it is now, is it? Oh, it suddenly speeded up, didn't it? Sped up. Spedded, not speeded. Yeah, so I was doing the, yeah, I'm doing it now, see? There you go. Should sort of wind myself, give myself a key and wind myself up a bit there, yeah. Go a bit faster, yes. So I'm doing, some of these are time-lapse because we would be ages watching, but I am going to do some close-ups later. I don't think about doing close-ups until, but then I realised, oh, I've got to, if I have to do close-ups, I'd have to do each section individually, because obviously I've cut out, oh, if you edit, you'll understand what I mean, because you cut out bits and then you've got splits, and you'd have to go through each split to do close-ups. But I do remember that at the end, so some of these will be close up at the end. Look, I remembered then just to move it up a bit so you can see. Yeah, so that's basically the finished thing, is it? Yes. And I think that looks really nice, and it looks absolutely as if it's just been printed by, it's out of a book or something like that. That's what I love about these, because I couldn't believe it. I probably mentioned it at the beginning, have I? Right, this is a design that you can put any way around, so I'm going to do it upside down anyway. Okay, and it turns out to be quite good. You might laugh at one point. If you don't laugh at one point, that's fine. It's just my mind. It's what I do at one point. So if I say it, and if you don't understand what I mean, that's fine. But I won't say what I mean. But it's what I think it's I'm amused. I'm easily amused. There you go. Right, so I'm just doing some done. Doing this quite slowly at the moment because I'm just showing you that, you know, I'm thinking about where to put the heart. Okay, these are elongated hearts or primitive hearts, I've heard them called as well. Do like the shape, really like the shape. I've got some punches as well that's like this. Yeah, very good. It's funny, the things that go through my mind. I've just thought of something completely irrelevant to this. So I won't mention it. Yeah, let's do that stencil I made. So yeah. I need to tell you sometime. Okay, so I'm going to put this that way around. Go on, go for it. It seems to work really well. So if you like logic things, you'll sort of like think to yourself, oh, that can go that way round, that can go this way round. It's like one of those puzzles. Which way round does the next bit go? It's like that. Okay, and then I stopped actually colouring it. Oh, yeah, I find it hard to keep hold of. It's probably because it needs a handle, yes. Some people were telling me to make a handle for them. But I was thinking, how can you do the professional thing by putting it up, putting it down, and then putting the pad on top? Okay, I'm going to do one across in a minute. Yeah, I love doing that. Yeah, so that it's not. I'll tell you in a minute when I do it. Right, I think I'm gonna. Oh, I don't do this bit fast. I've decided to do a different design. Oh, yeah, that's a good night thing from somebody who always wishes us good night. So then I decide to go over it in red instead and do a pink background. So yeah. Oh, it's great. Oh, that's another thing I haven't mentioned. I'm using neutral colours for all the to put the stamps on. Okay. So this one's grey. It's Hickory Smoke. The first one was Sepia. And that's Archival Inks. That's so they don't run, but I don't think it would anyway with this sort of pen. I'm not sure actually. If it had dried, it probably wouldn't run. Right, watch me stop in a minute, man. This bit amuses me. If you're not amused, if you don't understand, don't worry about it. I'm amused by this. Easily amused. I thought it just needed it, and I thought to myself, oh, what does that look like? Not quite, but nearly. Yeah. Well, we don't talk about it anymore. Right, there we go. Right, so now I'm going to put some... I'm just finishing off the little where I can see white bits. Yeah, so that's a good idea. Yeah, so that looks very professional when you do that, doesn't it? And now I'm going around that in... I'm making it a little bit darker because it turned out really light, so I'm using a grey pen for that. And now I'm putting some dots around it using a white Artistro pen. It's a fine liner pen. It's white. It's very good. Oh, did you see the bit where I put a flower? I think then I rubbed it out. Yeah, that was right at the beginning, wasn't it? So this is a big, what was it? A paint marker. It's an oil-based paint marker I was using for that. Right, now it's time to use this. Okay, I'm using coffee, I think. Archival ink. Okay, my eyes gone really blurred. It's late, etc. I've still got lots to do, yeah. Right, and I'm not printing these very well at all. If you notice, I'm actually leaving half of it off and thinking, what am I doing? And afterwards, and I'm actually doing them a lot further apart than I meant to, so there's a bit of a design think here. There's a few design thoughts. Okay, in a minute you can see it more when you colour it in. You can see, you think to yourself, oh, it's a bit far apart. Yeah, this is a yellow pen I'm using. It's a nice sunny yellow. Yeah. And it's, yeah, coffeed. I said coffee, didn't I? Yeah. I think I'm putting little dots on. So if I'd done this on the close-up, you could have seen that. Putting little dots on. Or am I just going around the edge? I'm probably going around the edge and putting dots on. Am I around the petals? Okay, so in a minute you'll see I do something and then cover it up. Because you can. These pens are amazing for that. I mean, I've had them a while, and I think some of them are getting a bit, yeah, tired. Right, so I'm going to try this out. Okay, that's the one I originally made. That's lovely, isn't it, that one? I do like it. The petals aren't so defined, and I quite like that, actually. Then I'm thinking about using this. I do actually use this later. I'm thinking here, look, I'm doing it fast because Yeah, and then I try, yeah, and then I decide, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to colour it in orange instead. I didn't like the way that looked at all. So the only thing to do was colour it all in orange, the background, which it looks fine. It looks absolutely lovely. I've got it here and it looks really nice. There's nothing wrong with it at all. So if you've got mistakes, you can cover them over. Yeah. I'm actually I think I'm going to copy this tomorrow and perhaps miniaturize it, see what it looks like. I've got quite a few of these 6x6 things, designs, and made quite a few. Yeah, so this is an idea. So I'm using that stamp again, and then I'm going to put big. And I'll show you at the end, I think it's the outro, I will show you what inspired this. Okay, so this, yeah, again, I've put them quite far apart, those little flowers, using masks to do the edges there. Now, this is when I think of doing the close-ups. So I'm going slowly here so you can see what I'm doing, and going around the edge in just a normal ballpoint pen. Although it's not a normal ballpoint pen, it's a very cheap one. It's that cheap one I keep going on about. It's the Ink Joy. And that, I'm just going around any of the light coloured bits, I'm going round them and making a feature of them. If you've got a big TV, you can see I can't quite see what I'm doing, but I know that's what I was doing. Now I'm going to put some with the Artistro fine liner pen. I'm just putting some dots as well, going around this and adding some more of those. You can add them anywhere because it didn't really show up over the top of the flowers. Those flowers are actually rusty hinge oxide, so that's not one of those archival inks. I noticed it was very orange, and it's fine. It goes really well with that. That's Spice Marmalade archival ink with the small flowers. Yay, circles. This is fun. This is really nice, actually. Really like this. Oh, I didn't realise that was so fun. I've chosen this double circle. So this is very easy to make. It's an outline circle and then two outline, and outline small circle with the one in the middle, and I've just stuck the pen in to make that dot that's in the middle. I didn't actually draw that on, I just stuck the pen in there. Okay, this is some ideas. Right, I'm getting a triangle out. I'm not using that though, I'm using the square that I find. Yeah, I'm not bored of myself, I'm just tired. Right, so I'm using this one. Okay, so I'm using that one and the triangle, not rather than the triangle, although that would have been fun. Yeah, so I'm like, because I like this, I love this. This is great, isn't it? Look how amazing, it looks like a quilt, doesn't it? So I'm using that purple to do this. I thought I haven't used purple yet, may as well use purple. It looks really nice at the end with what I add to it and everything. And if you notice, look at the bits where I forget to do the purple. Yeah, there's a few bits there, not yet. This bit, yeah, that bit there. Need to add a bit more purple there in a minute. Right, that's like a pale yellow, just add in there. And then the pink round there and there. I thought to myself, hold on a minute, that should have been a bit smaller. There we go. I thought to myself, I probably told myself actually out loud, but you wouldn't hear me because the sound's off. Right, there we go. Hopefully the sound's off anyway, yeah. And I'm just adding like a buff, was it buff coloured pen? And then that looks okay, but then when I do this, it looks amazing, yeah. like that. And then I'd add some more whites as well, because I'm thinking, hold on, I'm not finished with that white yet. So yeah, there we go. So I'm adding some lines now, and I'm missing out all the corners. So it's like large stitches perhaps, we're just missing out the corners. Still not finished, there's more to do. Now you're thinking to yourself, this is just printed. This isn't what I've done. This is what, because I was thinking about those flowers. I'll probably say it sometime. The flowers are so amazing. I thought, have I printed them, or is it something I've cut them out from somewhere? But I realised it was ones I've made, but I can't find it, so I can't show you. Yeah, so that's that way around. Yeah. Okay, over to the outro. Right then, so this is the outro. Right, so I really enjoyed doing that, but I was thinking to myself, what on earth am I going to do? I knew these three. What on earth am I going to do for that? And then I saw, what did I see? And I saw these. I thought, yes, 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 yes. Brilliant idea. Yeah, so I thought of that because of that. Yeah, actually didn't have to go around it, did I? I didn't really have to do that either, but I did anyway. Yeah, so I thought, well, yeah, I think they do look professional though, don't they? I mean, you wouldn't think that a person, you know what I mean, somebody just printed them with foam stamps. You really would think a professional had done them, and that's what started it off, me seeing this. I don't know where it is now. I don't know where it was in the bedroom earlier, and I thought, did I do that? I didn't do that. And I realised it must have been my foam stamps. So, wow, how professional am I with that? Yeah, so it does, doesn't it? It looks amazing. It looks like, yeah, and you could do a whole page of these if you want, or half a page perhaps, but I thought I'd just give you examples, some samples of what you can do in Valentine's Day coming up, etc. Yeah, so do you like my content today? Please give me a thumbs up, that'd be absolutely amazing, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to have a go. See you again next time. Thank you.